Hello and very warm welcome everyone. This is Marta from Drop of Sunshine here and welcome in another video tutorial. Today again I have a fabulous card idea for you my friends, which you can make even if you are a beginner. There's not much tools needed really. I'm showing here some circle dies, but you could work around it. If you don't have the die cutting machine, don't worry, you can use the cernicle and a pair of scissors and you'll be good to go. The card is super easy, yet it's 3D fold, so once you take it out from envelope, it's beautifully displayed and it's something amazing. What I'm gonna need is 4 squares, 6 by 6 inches or 15 by 15 centimeters, and I am scoring each one of them right in the center. So if you've got 6 by 6 inches, you score in 3-inch size, or 15 by 15 then should be score one line 7.5 centimeters right in the center. I'm cheating a little bit because I'm using A4 size card and my squares are like almost 15 centimeters because the A4 size card is slightly shorter, so it's not gonna be it's slightly shorter than 12 inches long, so it's not gonna be exactly 6-inch, but I don't mind. If you're gonna do that, just remember to keep the shorter bits on the lengthwise, so you're not scoring on this shorter bit. Or you can also grab 2 card bases, ready-made card bases, and cut them in a half and then score each bit as well, and you'll be good to go. Now I'm gonna be needing 6 rectangles to dress up my card, and I'm using this beautiful design paper from the Art Story, but this could be a great idea to use up your scraps, whatever you have. If you've got the pieces of the paper lying in your like scrap drawer, just have a look. Maybe there'll be some papers you can fit to the size, and this way you'll be utilizing them for this beautiful card. I will be cutting 6 rectangles in 5 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches size, or that'll be 14.5 centimeter by 7 centimeters. All the measurements, everything I'm saying, that will be written down below in the description area, so if anyone is needing any repetition, you can just check description and I will write down everything there. By the way, once we're here, I just want to say thank you so much to all the new friends who joined my channel, who recently subscribed. I'm super happy you're here and I hope you will enjoy it. And of course, warm welcome to all my viewers who are with me for a longer time. I really appreciate you everyone, and thank you for being a part of my Sunshine family. Now, I'm gonna need a piece of acetate foil. This is not necessary. If you don't have it, you can also skip that step, but it's something which will add a special look for our card. I'm cutting a piece 17 by 15 centimeters, and then I am scoring 1 centimeter from each end, so that will be 7 by 6 inches, and on a 7-inch long part you are scoring half an inch from each end, so eventually you end up with the square in the middle. For my back part of the card, this is going to be a back piece, I am cutting a panel 13 by 13 centimeter, which is 5 by 5 inches, and then again half an inch from both ends, or 1 centimeter from both ends, and I'm creating this a little bit archway with 2 flaps on the sides so I could adhere it to the card. And then I'm gonna need additional panel to go inside. So this panel will have roughly around 10.5 by 12.5 centimeter, or 4 3/4 by 3 3/4 of an inch. And for my front piece, I'm also gonna create one more bit. There's a little bit of die cutting here up front, but I am guaranteeing you this card is beautiful and it's worth every single step. This will be a square 15 by 13 centimeters or 6 by 5 inches, and I'm making a flaps by 1 centimeter or half an inch from both ends, and then this teeny tiny bit strip just so I could put my front circle. This is gonna be a little aperture, and I'm gonna be having this little stand to go on it. Here I have this beautiful digital images, and I'm just making sure I'm gonna have the window large enough to fit my focal point. And this is something like I'm gonna cut with the help of the dies, but if you don't have any dies, you can use the Cernicus or something like take your tape, like a double-sided tape, and then just try to circle with the pencil shape and then cut it out. It doesn't have to be circle. That could be a heart, that could be a square, that could be oval shape, whatever you have, just so it's slightly larger than the image itself. So we could create this a little bit of the depth. And then I grab the other set of the circle, both of them, those circle die. These are a creative craft product from the craft stars. This is their exclusive brand, and I will give you the link down below because these are fabulous. You've got 20 dies from each size, like 8x8 down to a teeny tiny one, and this will cover you up for all the jobs you may have, and this is a really good investment. I do have those nesting dies in most of the basic shapes, like circle, hexagon, oval, and they really are huge help in a everyday crafting, especially if you create lots of shaping cards and things like that. And now once I adhere this frame to my aperture window just so I could dress it up, I am taking this like a bone folder and I'm slightly bending the card, but I'm bending it like in horizontal way so the flaps are on both sides. So remember that this is the orientation, that your flaps should be on the side, not on the top and the bottom bit. And now I'm gonna be adhering 2 pieces of this beautiful design paper to one page which I previously scored. This is the 6x6 inches element, and then I'm just checking how this element is fitting and this front panel, and then I am just adhering it once it's laying flat. This is important, that you have to keep this card flat, and then once you slightly bend it, this front panel will start raising up. And I'm doing the same with this little strip. This was around like 1 inch wide and then like 3 inches long, and then I just score a teeny tiny bit from both ends, or like 8 centimeters, something like that, and then 1 centimeter from each end, and that will give me this little point, which once I'll be open up the card, that will be raising my focal point. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm taking the other 2 pieces I have, and then I am just gluing them page to page, and then I am gluing the third one also to the same like size, so that will create me this like a little star. You can see here how it's look like, and then I'm gonna add this front panel which we just created to the front piece. But before I'm gonna do so, I'm adding 2 extra elements to the back side, so I will have it dressed up, and then I will have 2 pieces put in a side way, so that will be visible from the front. Once you look in on the card, it's gonna be dressed on from all areas. And again, I'm taking a piece which will be go to the back side, and this was the panel which was 13 by 13 centimeter or 5 by 5 inches, and we score it half an inch or 1 centimeter from both ends. And then I had this little white area which is great for adding your wishes or anything, like you would like to write the personal message for the card. This is your place where to put it. I'm having those printable elements, and these are digital designs which are coming from the Art Art Story shop, and you can print them, cut them. You can also resize them if you prefer them to be smaller, and these are the great filler for any card composition, and also something you can quickly dress up the inside portion or the back side of your card, how I'm doing it here. Once I have my card open up, I'm making sure that this is the back side. I'm putting this little window for the message, and again I am adhering it once the card is flat. So once it's open, that will be slightly bending, and this is the multi-bend card because it will have this bending piece on the back side, and then it will have another bending piece on the front side. It's very interesting, element for the card, and it's just looking fabulous. Once you finish the card, it's just absolutely lovely, and I think this kind of a design is very, very smart, yet very easy to actually achieve. And if you will make one of these cards and you will give it to the recipient, they'll be like, oh wow, how did you do that? But it's fairly easy, as you can see, step by step. Is a little bit cutting up front, a little bit cutting and scoring, and then you can enjoy this beautiful dimensional card. I'm gonna dress up this card before I'm gonna add an acetate window. As I've mentioned to the beginning, it's not necessary. However, I think it's just looking nice. It's give that professional look. If you've got the acetate sheets, you can, very easy put some double-sided sticky tape. The red tape would be my first choice. I didn't have any red tape here. This one is a little bit stronger than the regular tape, but if you don't have it, don't worry. Once you put it in between two sheets of the paper, that should be holding on as well. And as you can see, I am adding the acetate before I'm gluing this inside this front panel to the inside of the card, because once you adhere it, it's not gonna be possible. Well, you could bound it around, but then you're gonna see the join pieces sticking out from the back side of the card, and it's not gonna be as elegant and finished look. And now I have this long sentiments. These are also coming from Creative Craft product. I'm not sure if these ones are still available, but I double check and I'll give you the link down below. And these are just great elements to put across your card. There's lots of different sets for different occasion. There's a baby one, wedding one, so lots of different dies to choose from. But if you don't have it, don't worry, you can always print your own sentiment or some personalized message with name or something, and that will be good to go. And you can see here I'm gonna add it on top of the acetate, and that will be just looking beautiful. I've decided to stick a couple more extra elements to dress up my card, and I actually decided to put few underneath the acetate. And oh my gosh, that was a job trying to fill it in underneath the acetate. I was like, oh Marta, why did you not thought of it earlier? So I had a little bit wiggle here, but I've managed luckily, and I think that extra banner is just adding this additional depth to the card. So make sure if you're gonna be making a card, please make sure you're gonna rethink your composition before you're gonna add the acetate, because then it's gonna be a little bit of the trouble try to fit everything underneath. However, liquid glue is quite forgiving. You just have to be careful enough so you're not gonna be glue the something to the acetate from the behind, so it's not gonna be visible and you're not gonna have glue squishing out. I'm gonna add the circle with the number 1 because it's for a first birthday. The card is for a first birthday, so this is a great personalized touch to the card, and the card will be almost complete. I'm gonna show you a couple extra photos so you can see the card in a more close-up look. And in the meantime, I just want to say thank you so very much everyone who's been with me. If you've been watching up till this point, thank you so much. I'm really appreciating you being a part of this channel. Thank you for all the comments, and every time you're sharing my videos. This is a huge help and helps me to beat the YouTube algorithm so my channel stay visible. And once again, thank you for watching. I will be coming shortly with another video tutorial for you. Stay blessed, my friends, and bye bye.